Wake me up when September ends. The rest of September was hard. I wasn't used to getting up so early in the morning. I wasn't used to this whole notion of homework, and I got my first quiz at the end of the month. I never got quizzes when mom homeschooled me. I also didn't know how I had no free time anymore. Before, I was able to play whenever I wanted to, but now it felt like I always had stuff to do for school. And being at school was awful in the beginning. Every new class I had was like a new chance for kids to not stare at me. They would keep sneak peeks at me while behind their notebooks or when they thought I wasn't looking. They would take the longest way around me to avoid bumping into me in any way, like I had some germ they could catch, like my face was contagious. In the hallways, which was always crowded, my face would always surprise some unexpected kid who maybe hadn't heard about me. The kid would make the sound you make when you hold your breath before going underwater, a little sound. This happened maybe 4 or 5 times a day for the first few weeks on the stairs, in front of the lockers in the library. 500 kids in a school. Eventually, every one of them was going to see my face at some time. And I knew after the first couple of days that would have gotten around about that word had gotten around about me, because every once in a while I'd catch a kid elbowing his friends as they passed me or talking behind their hands as I walked by them. I can only imagine what they were saying about me. Actually, I prefer not to even try to imagine it. I'm not saying that they are doing all these things in a mean way. By the way, not once did any kid laugh or make noises or do anything like that. They were just being normal, dumb kids. I know that. I know I wanted to tell them that. Like, it's okay. I know I'm weird looking. Take a look. I don't bite. Hey, the truth is, if a Wookiee started going to the school all of a sudden, I'd be curious. I'd probably stare a bit. And if I was walking with Jack or Summer, I'd probably whisper at them, hey, there's the Wookiee. And if the Wookiee caught me saying that, he'd know I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just pointing out the fact that he's a Wookiee. It took about 1 week for the kids in my class to get used to my face. These were the kids I'd seen every day in all my classes. It took about 2 weeks for the rest of the kids in my grade to get used to my face. These were the kids I'd see in the cafeteria, yard time, PE, music, library, computer class. It took about a month for the rest of the kids in the entire school to get used to it. These are the kids in all the other grades. They were big kids, some of them had crazy haircuts, some of them had earrings in their noses, some of them had pimples. None of them looked like me. Jack Will. I hung out with Jack in homeroom, history, English, computer, music, and science, which was all the classes we had together. The teachers assigned seats in every class, and I ended up sitting next to Jack in every single class. So I figured either the teachers were told to put me and Jack together or it was a totally incredible coincidence. I walked to classes with Jack too. I know he noticed kids staring at me, but he pretended not to notice. One time, though, on our way to history, this huge eighth grader who was zooming down the hall 2 steps at a time accidentally bumped into us at the bottom of the stairs and knocked me down. As the guy helped me stand up, he got a look at my face, and without even meaning to, he just said, whoa! Then he patted me on the shoulder just like he was dusting me off and took off after his friends. For some reason, me and Jack started cracking up. That guy made the funniest face, said Jack as we sat down at our desks. I know, right? I said. He was like, whoa. I swear, I think he wet his pants. We were laughing so hard that the teacher, Mr. Roche, had to ask us to settle down. Later, after we finished reading about how ancient Sumerians built sundials. Jack whispered, "Do you ever want to beat those kids up?" I shrugged. "I guess I don't know. I don't want to. I think you should get a secret squirt gun or something and attach it to your eyes somehow. And every time someone stares at you, you would squirt them in the face with some green slime or something," I answered. "Oh no, with slug juice mixed with dog pee." "Yeah," I said, completely agreeing. "Guys," Mr. Roche said across the room, "people are still reading." We nodded and looked down at our books. Then Jack whispered, "Are you always going to look this way, August? I mean, can't you get plastic surgery or something?" I smiled and pointed to my face. "Hello, this is after plastic surgery." Jack clapped his hand over his forehead and started laughing hysterically. "Dude, you should sue your doctors," he answered between giggles. This time, the two of us were laughing so much we couldn't stop, even after Mr. Roche came over and made us both switch chairs with the kids next to us. Mr. Brown's October precept. Mr. Brown's precept for October was, "Your deeds are your monuments." He told us that this was written on a tombstone of some Egyptian guy that died thousands of years ago. Since we were just about to start studying ancient Egypt in history, Mr. Brown thought this was a good choice for a precept. Our assignment was to write a paragraph about what we thought the precept meant or how we felt about it. This is what I wrote. This precept means that we should be remembered for the things we do. The things we do are the most important things of all. They are more important than what we say or what we look like. The things we do outlast our mortality. The things we do are like monuments that people build to honor heroes after they've died. They're like the pyramids that the Egyptians built to honor the pharaohs. Only instead of being made out of stone, they're made out of the memories people have of you. That's why your deeds are like your monuments, built with memories instead of with stone. Apples. My birthday is October 10th. I like my birthday 1010. It would have been great if I'd been born at exactly 10:10 in the morning or at night, but I wasn't. I was born just after midnight, but I still think my birthday is cool. I usually have a little party at home, but this year I asked Mom if I could have a big bowling party. Mom was surprised but happy. She asked me who I wanted to ask from class. I said everyone in my homeroom plus Summer. "That's a lot of kids, Augie," said Mom. "I have to invite everyone because I don't want anyone to get their feelings hurt if they find out other people were invited and they weren't, okay?" "Okay," Mom agreed. "You even want to invite that, what's the deal kid?" "Yeah, you can invite Julian," I answered. "Geez, Mom, you should forget about that already." I know, you're right. A couple of weeks later, I asked Mom who was coming to my birthday. She said Jack, Will, Summer, Reed Kingsley, both Maxes, and a couple of other kids said that they were going to try to be there. Like who? Charlotte's mom said Charlotte had a dance recital earlier in the day, but she was going to try to come to your party if time allowed. And Tristan's mom said he might come after a soccer game. So that's it, I said. That's like 5 people. "That's more than 5 people, Augie. I think a lot of people just had plans already," Mom said. We were in the kitchen. She was cutting one of the apples we had just gotten from the farmer's market into teensy-wincy pieces so I could eat it. "What kind of plans?" I asked. "I don't know, Augie. We sent out the Evites kind of late." "Like, what did they tell you, though? What reasons did they give?" "Everyone gave different reasons, Augie," she said, a bit impatient. "Really, sweetie, it shouldn't matter what their reasons are. People had plans, that's all." "What did Julian give as his reason?" I asked. "You know," said Mom, "his mom was the only person who didn't RSVP at all." She looked at me. "I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree." I laughed because I thought she was making a joke, but then I realized she wasn't. "What does that matter?" I asked. "Never mind. Now go wash your hands so you can eat." My birthday party turned out to be much smaller than I thought it would be, but it was still great. Jack, Summer, Reed, Tristan, and both Maxes came from school, and Christopher came too, all the way from Bridgeport with his parents. And Uncle Ben came, and Aunt Kate and Uncle Poe drove in from Boston, though Tata and Pop-Up were in Florida for the winter. It was fun because all the grown-ups ended up bowling in the lane next to ours, so it really felt like there was a lot of people there to celebrate my birthday.